So we've got someone that has monthly repayments of $1,000, pauses their loan for 6 months. So they've got $6,000.
Yeah, it's called a deferment.
A deferment.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah, so they're deferring their loan.
So they defer their loan for 6 months, then have $6,000 in arrears. Now, if they can display serviceability, as you're calling it, to actually pay not $1 less or a day late for a set upon period of time. So we're talking another 6 months, or can that be an agreed upon time frame?
Usually it's 6 months. Sometimes they ask you to check in the middle at 3 months, but usually, for the most part, when a creditor enters into serviceability, it is for 6 months.
Okay, for 6 months. And if everything checks out, if everything gets paid up front, not up front, but the right amounts on time, then the rest of the debt that's left over from the $6,000 can get capitalized and put onto the end of the loan. Is that correct? Have I got that right?
Yes. So you've got it right. So you request it. So there's a process. All creditors are different, right? So it's really hard to lay a blanket over it. Mm-hmm. But you make a request and say, okay, so it could be part of the agreement that you set up in the first place. I'm going to put a 6-month deferment, and then I'm going to put a 6-month serviceability.
Okay.
And therefore you're in a year's worth of hardship, but you know the parameters. And then at the end of that year, after you've had the 6 months off paying and the 6 months of paying again, you then make that request of the bank. Okay, I've done it. I've paid it on time every time, not a day late, not $1 short. Can you please put the arrears onto the end of the loan? And what that will do, especially in the mortgage, is it will only increase the amount that you're paying by a small amount. Now, obviously, it depends how long you've got left on the mortgage and a whole lot of variables, etc. But it will only increase it a little bit given the amount is stretched over such a long period of time.
Got it. Okay.
So that's something that's really, really important. And the banks are a business. You know, they want to get their money back as quickly as possible and get on with it. But people don't realise a lot of the time that they have rights and opportunities, and this is one of them.
If you want to listen to the rest of that interview, simply subscribe to the Pizza and Property Podcast on Google Play, iTunes, or Spotify, anywhere you can find us. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel below, and have an amazing week.